Hey there, folks. Welcome to another episode of HMF Live, a special Thursday edition of HMF Live. My name is Tanya. I'm the host of the show and the founder of Team Hustle to Muscle Fitness and this page. I appreciate you being with me here on a Thursday night, and I apologize for not being here on my normal Tuesday night when I do my show broadcasts, I guess. Sometimes when you travel for work, or when you work for someone else, you're not always in complete control of your schedule. So I apologize. Plus, with the time difference, it's really hard for me to go Pacific time to East Coast time and make the switch. I mean, I know it's only 3 hours, but just timing it out, like I have my routine. You know how it goes. You have your routine, and when things throw it off, it's sometimes hard to make adjustments. So I apologize. Thanks for bearing with me, and thanks for being here tonight. So I appreciate you watching this now, or if you're watching the recording, thank you for taking the time to do so. Stay tuned. As I mentioned in this morning's post, I will be doing a redrawing of the prize. Oops. So somebody who entered the contest last week is going to come away with this nice Shakeology shaker cup and I don't know if you can see the strawberry one back there, 3 sample packets of Shakeology. So I'm excited to give this away. Disappointed that the last person didn't claim it, but who knows what happens. That's life. So when I do, I will say it again. When I draw the name of the winner tonight, you will have 48 hours to claim your prize, and you do so by sending me a message here on this page with your information so that way I can get it to you. So, but first, let's get into a few tips for staying healthy when you dine out. So, why am I doing this episode? Because when I talk to folks, you know, a lot of people who are like me, you're very busy. Sometimes you're traveling like I was. I dined out quite a bit this week, actually. And I hear like, well, I don't know how to stay healthy, or I can't stay healthy because I have to eat out in restaurants all the time. And I get that that does make it more challenging, but that does not mean that you can't be healthier or make healthier food choices, you know, if you're on the road or if you are busy with kids' schedules or whatever that might be. So I wanted to give you some tips and some things to keep in mind if you find yourself in restaurants quite often. And one thing I will say, if it's not a travel, actually, you know what, either way, whether it's a travel issue or you're hopping around different things like soccer games and doctor's appointments or school meetings or whatever it is, first tip I will give you, no matter what, is you can pack healthy snacks and keep them either like in your desk, keep them in your car. If you travel like me, put them in both your checked bag and your carry-on bag. I do that, and actually, I'll be honest, this is one of my go-to snacks. And as you probably saw from a couple of days ago, I posted the picture of those almond butter espresso balls, and I made those out of Shakeology too. So I packed almonds, I packed Shakeology, I packed those little treats. I even took portioned out snack bags of carrots. I mean, they keep pretty well on a flight, so there are things that you can do. So that's one. Right off the top is you can pack healthy, quick snacks that will last. Beef jerky, you know, watch out for sodium, but beef jerky is a great one. Dried or, you know, raw nuts is another great one. Certain fruits and veggies will travel well or pack well in your car. So there you go. There's a couple of tips right off the bat. So, okay. So first of all, if you find yourself, you're in the restaurant and maybe you're there with friends, family, even colleagues, tip number 1 is to skip or share your appetizers. Now, I will say appetizers tend to fare in the pretty unhealthy selection, like mozzarella sticks. Your buffalo wings are probably as good as it gets, unless you can get like just straight up like veggie sticks, like carrots and celery, that sort of thing. But otherwise, you know, you're looking at nachos and things like that. I would just avoid them altogether. But if you find yourself wanting a little bit of snackiness before your dinner, spread that stuff out. Share it with the people that you are sharing company with. Number 2, I would say water. Drink lots of water before your meal, during your meal. You know, that way you are, 1, hydrated, and you're not mistaking your hunger pangs for actual dehydration. And then 2, it will also help you feel fuller. So you don't want to then inhale everything that comes to your table. So that's 1 when it comes to liquids. Also, I would stay away from soda. It's just, I mean, we all know what is the issue with soda. It's usually sugar. And even if you're like, well, I drink diet soda, honestly, that's worse. If you're going to pick between your sodas, go for the full out, because the artificial sweeteners can do a lot more damage, especially over the long term, than even like just straight up table sugar. So, but I would say no soda. If you feel like you want to, oh, my dog is just going crazy. I like water. Yes, I like water too. From the glacier, the crystal cool glacier. Okay, so the other thing is, if you do find yourself wanting to have a cocktail or some kind of alcoholic beverage, first of all, red wine does have some health benefits, some antioxidants. Not a whole bottle, but a glass or two maybe. If you are going to do some cocktails, like there are the skinny vodkas, the skinny cocktails, you know, you can do things with like just lime juice, and maybe even seltzer water or club soda and stuff, and stay away from like the sugary mixers. That's really where your downfall is with a lot of those cocktails. And then beer, you got to be really careful too, because I personally like the craft beers. Like I don't drink to me, the cheap shit like Budweiser and all that. But I would say that, you know, again, that's going to be portion control, like one. So, okay. When it comes to your meats, for those of you who are fellow carnivores, with your meats, you want to stick to grilled meats, broiled meats. Baked is okay, because a lot of times what happens is they bake them in like tons of oil, and butter is okay, but too much is not okay. So grilled or broiled, and I would stay away from definitely fried, and baked. Just be careful, ask about how they prepare. And that's the other thing too, is that you are paying for this food. It's okay to ask them to prepare it a certain way. You would do it if you have a food allergy. So why not do that if you're trying to be healthy? Veggies, steamed, roasted, or raw. It's the best way to go. If you do get a little bit of butter on it, that's okay. I mean, again, portion control, healthy, you know, butter can be somewhat of a healthy fat. I'm weak sauce with alcohol. You know what? Sometimes I can be too, which is when I usually just tend to stay away from it. If I feel like I can't just stick to one, then I just avoid it and I stick to water. So kind of have to know yourself there. Some people can go one and be done, and that's cool. And some people are like, if I have one, it's going to be one case. And then you might want to just stay away from it. Okay, so veggies, steamed, roasted, raw. Again, be careful with toppings as far as like extra oil or butters, or if they put too much cheese, or if they fry them. You know, you don't, fried vegetables just kind of sounds gross to me anyway. But okay, salads. This is the one that can get really tricky, because people instantly think, well, I'm eating a salad, it's got to be healthy, right? Wrong. Yes, salads are healthy until you start getting into the land of toppings. So, and dressings. So first of all, dressings on the side. That way you get it in a little ramekin and you can control how much you actually put on your salad. When it comes to your dressings, I would avoid the creamy ones, the ones that are probably your favorites. They're mine too. I love ranch, but they're also the ones that have the most fat, salt, sugar, even hidden sugars in them. So you want to stick to usually like vinaigrettes, or even just like a little bit of olive oil and some lemon juice, stuff like that. Keep it very simple, and it stays on the healthier side. Plus olive oil, that's a healthy fat too. Or the other thing you can also do, which, I mean, I don't know that I've ever done in a restaurant, but I'm not above doing it, is bringing your own. You know, I've seen some people who pull out their little like salad spritzer thingies. Bring your own dressing. If you want to be in complete control, why not? There's no sign on there that says you can't bring your own food in. And if there is, I haven't seen it. Ask about the oils they used on your food. Again, you want to stay away from some of those trans fats and stuff. So you stick to stuff like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, anything like that is great. But you want to stay away from like the vegetable oils. I'm not a big fan of canola personally, corn oils. But ask. And this one's going to be super hard. It's probably going to get you right in the heart. Steer clear of the breads. Very, very limited. You got to decide, you know, where you want your carbs, really. I try to stick to the veggie type of carbs. It ain't always easy, I'm not going to lie. But if you do want to have a carb, maybe instead of a dinner roll, have sweet potato. There's nothing wrong with that. Or if you're going to have the dinner roll, skip the dessert. You know, or if you're going to have the dessert, skip the dinner roll. You see where I'm going with this. Kind of keep it low carb, especially when it comes to the bread type of carbs. All right, what else? Sauces on the side. Same thing goes for salads. If you get sauces, try to get those on the side. Skip or share dessert. So it's the same idea as your appetizers. I remember once Gary and I went to Famous Dave's, which is a barbecue place if you don't have it, and we got the like they have the banana bread pudding or something, one of those desserts. It's freaking amazing. I ain't even gonna lie. But I mean, it comes like this, and I looked up the calories, and that thing was like 700 and something freaking calories, and I was just like, my mind was blown. So what I did, because Gary didn't really want any, what I did is I took that sucker and I portioned that thing into 4 quarters, and then I took it home and I froze the other, I ate 1 quarter, froze the other 3 quarters, so not only did I not do the damage that you could do, but I also got to enjoy that dessert in smaller portions later on. So there you go. If you're going to get dessert and you have the willpower, you can take it, split it all up. If it's one that you can freeze it and have it for later. Okay, portions. Again, portion control is so huge. Even if you're going to eat a little bit on the unhealthier side, use common sense with your portions. You know, you don't need to have a plate this big, you know, or that big, if you can see that, you know, just normal people, human size. Honestly, nowadays in restaurants, kid menus, that's actually a better portion for an adult. Okay, so ask for about half of your entree to automatically be put into a box. Ask them if they will just bring you half and put the other half into a box so you don't have it all sitting there in front of you tempting you. Eat a smaller snack before you go to dinner. You know, so if you know that you're going to go out, eat something small or light before you go so you're not starving. Or my favorite, and I'm not even joking, you might think I'm trying to do this as an ad, but I am not playing around. I will do this right before I go to dinner or something where I know there's going to be a lot of temptation, because that's pretty filling. Okay, again, drink a glass of water, like the full glass, not just sips, but drink a full glass of water before your dinner even arrives, so you feel kind of full. This probably isn't a no-brainer, or probably is a no-brainer. Stay away from fried foods, sautéed, because sautéed usually just means that they've fried it in some kind of oil, even if it's lightly fried. Focus on your company. That's another thing. Instead of focusing on what's on your plate, your food, all that kind of stuff, focus on the people that you're with. You know, if you are out with family or out with friends, enjoy their company, engage in conversation. You know, maybe not have your phones like in front of your face, and just engage with them, interact, have that human connection, and not be so focused on what's coming, what am I going to get to eat, or what else am I going to eat, or how much food can I stuff in my face. And then also, chew slowly. This is probably one of my last tips. Chew slowly. And the reason, it's not just so you're not inhaling your food, but this also gives time for your brain to catch up with your stomach. It takes probably, I don't know, I think I've heard somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes for your brain to register that your stomach has food in it, that you're eating, which is why, like, when we're hungry, we can just, like, inhale all this food, and then about 20 minutes later, we're like, oh my God, I overate, I'm so full, I'm so stuffed, I'm uncomfortable. That's why your brain's like, ding, oh, there's food in there, we're done. And by then, you've already overeaten. So, chew slowly, you know, take your time. Again, this could go back to enjoying company, and give your brain time to catch up. So, those are some tips for you in dining out, you know, and not only that, but a lot of restaurants are getting better about having some healthier or lighter fare options on their menus. You'll see like little calorie counts a lot around a lot of items. You know, use that as a guide to start with. Don't just rely on it though, because there's a lot of, you know, artificial ingredients. There's a lot of things in your food that could very easily be unhealthy for you, no matter how high or low the calories are. But you know, you can use that as a guide. You can ask questions. That's what the waiters and waitresses are there for, especially when you are going to be paying and then consuming. This is stuff you're putting in your body, so it's important for you. I'm a big believer in knowing what you are putting in your body. So don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're afraid of being that guy or that girl, like, Who cares? This is my body. You don't have to live in it. I do. I want it to be happy and I want it to be healthy. I always ask questions like, is there dairy on that? Because if there is and I end up eating it, I won't be the only one who's miserable that I ate dairy. So stuff like that, especially if you have food allergies, you know, but it doesn't matter. You know, just tell them, hey, I'm trying to really watch my diet or whatever, trying to eat healthier. And I just want to make sure that this is stuff that I want to put in my body. So don't be afraid to do that. So those are your tips. There's probably, I don't know, 10, 15 tips there. You should be able to come up with still a very healthy and delicious meal when you go out to restaurants. I know I eat out plenty and have lots of amazing meals. You know, so I posted a picture the other night of my dinner. It was an amazing chicken, fruit, and veggie salad. It was awesome. So, and it had a balsamic dressing on it. FYI. Okay, so those are the tips. Now I want to move on to picking the drawing, or the new winner of the drawing that I tried a couple of days ago, and they didn't claim their prize. So again, remember, you are getting the 3 packets, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Shakeology, my superfoods, my go-to. I don't go anywhere without it. Like, I don't travel without it. I have one every day, and it's awesome. And then, of course, you will also be getting this very nice shaker cup. So, all right, I still have the names from the other day. So let's find out who the lucky winner is. Remember, you got 48 hours to claim your prize. You do that by messaging me here on this page. And yes. All right, and the winner is Ashley Binder. Congrats, Ashley. And I'm actually looking at this. Okay, I'm having a minute here. This is what happens when you're on a jet lag brain. So I'm realizing that I just did this whole HMF Live episode in my team coaches page. So I will have to post this recording on my fitness page. Good Lord, I need to go to sleep. All right, so Ashley, congratulations. You actually won the prize. Send me a message with your contact information, and I will get this sent out to you. So congrats. Coaches that are watching this, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go and post this on my fitness page. Eat dinner and go to bed, I think, because my brain is so out of it. All right, you guys are awesome. Have a great night. And when you in HMF land finally see this, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys again. Oh, Lord, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.